YouTube, what's good? We back with an NBA 2K26 Legends roster breakdown. Literally every player you could think of is added to this roster with their real draft pick. Everybody from Reggie, Rasheed, Charles Barkley. I even added some busts like Anthony Bennett to the roster. Everybody was added. I'm going to run through real quick, show you certain players, and show you how to download it if that's what you want to do. Let's get to it. First, we're going to look at Rasheed Wallace on screen. As you can see, he got his 1995 draft pick. Every player has their real stats, height, weight at the time, and their real draft pick. Let's take a closer look. Got him with the high tops, of course. All players are added. The roster is valid for play now. You could play as is for play now, franchise, or fantasy draft, which is what I do. I like running fantasy drafts with all the players ever. It's fun as hell. Let's take a look at, let's look at Reggie next. Reggie with his 1987 first round, 11th overall. He has his number. Fully edited. Let's look at Barkley. Out of Auburn, 1984. Of course, he's going to have his Barkleys on. Number 34. I skipped Tayshaun, but Tayshaun is on the Pistons as well, out of Kentucky. And then let's run the free agency, show you a few players. Oscar Schmidt is added to the roster out of Brazil, Olympian legend. Do your homework if you don't know. Alvin Robinson played for the Spurs, 1984 pick out of Arkansas, defensive wizard. Oladipo out of Indiana, of course, 2013. He should be in the game. But again, my bad if I skip some people, but I added over 100 players. Josh Howard out of Wake Forest, 03 draft pick. Beardrins, who played for Golden State, 04 draft pick out of Latvia, big man. I know I'm going to skip some people, but I'm just trying to go through quick. John Salmons, Avery Bradley, played for Boston. Literally, trust me, everybody you could think of is on this roster. You just got to find them. Eddie Griffin, big man, shooter. Seton Hall, rest in peace. Brandon Knight. Shumpert. Jared Bayless with his draft pick. A lot of these players I got from other rosters, but they didn't have their draft pick. So I just basically did that for all players. Last time I counted, it was over 120 players I added to this roster. So I'm telling you, there's a whole bunch of players. Ilyasova, Randy Foye, Bellinelli. All players have their draft pick fully edited, ready to play. Willie Green, had to add him. Travis Outlaw, Cleaser. Keon Clark, big man. Don Maker, 2016. Michael Kidd Gilchrist, Ekpe Udo, 2010. All these players have their real draft pick. Nobody is just listed as undrafted. Trust me, anybody you could think of. I'll even go all the way down to the bums. Let's go to the bottom of the roster. Because I added a whole bunch of people. Players that were not in the game or needed their picks. Kelvin Cato I added. 9-7 pick. LeVar Postel out of St. John's. Chris Washburn, who turned into be a bust. He was the 3rd overall pick in 86. He was the pick after Len Bias, if I remember right. Big man, TJ Leaf out of UCLA I added. So I didn't just add stars. I added role players. Some players maybe only played a year or two. There's a whole bunch of players. Who else? Bynum, '05 draft pick. That's a good Bynum. Anthony Mason. Al Jefferson, another player I added. Trust me, we be here all day. I'm not, trust me, over 100 real NBA players added with their draft pick. The roster is ready to play now, as is franchise or fantasy draft. That's what I like to do. Every roster is fully edited, ready to go. David Lee out of Florida. Like I said, I'll literally be here all day if I showed y'all every single person I added. There's so many players. Definitely check out the roster. If y'all want to download it, you're going to have to go to Create Roster, Modern Era, and once you get to this screen, just hit Search, and you're going to want to put my online ID. There you go. DeeMoe420. Input that, hit that start, and it should pop right up. Legends roster. And this, of course, is the current roster, which I keep up to date with. All signings, rotation changes. It's a no injuries roster. So it's no injuries. I like it playable for everybody. Whether you want to play now, run your franchise. I don't like the injury. Or the Legends roster. Check it out. I'll give y'all a quick look at the regular 2K roster. What I did with this is added vets to free agency. That's probably the main difference on my 2K roster. I added Mike Beasley. Of course, they got their current ages. So all of them have their current ages and their looks. Jabari Parker does have braids now. He's playing over in Europe. He's rocking number 22. Just to give you an idea, he has his real pick. So that's the main difference. I added Oladipo, who is doing his thing in the G League right now. So that's the main difference. John Wall's a vet. Like I said, I added vets who are still within age where they could play or they are still around playing somewhere. So that's probably the main difference. If y'all want to check that out, holla at me. I'm out of here.